Hey, Brett Longman. Welcome. How are you?
I'm pretty fine. Hello, Esther.
Hey,
Good to be with you.
yeah, it's nice. We finally see each other through Skype.
Yeah, it's a little bit far from Paris and Rotterdam, but we are close now.
Yeah. Hey, can you tell a little bit about yourself? Can you introduce yourself?
About Brett Longman, yes, of course I can. So I've done a project called Brett Longman some years ago with different releases, more in a specific minimal techno way. That is turned a little bit poppy in a way because my last release I was singing on stage and it's quite new for me. Like live PA is quite new for me,
Mm-hmm.
but Breton Man is more a club direction of minimal music. And I think today minimal music is a lot of different styles, so it's maybe a lifestyle in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that is really this project.
Can you describe how you got in touch with Rosedale, with my label?
Yes,
Hey.
for sure. It was a really good. It was by luck in a way, because in fact I have a fan page of my real name because I've made a trip hop album and I was DJ since a lot of years in on my real name. That is in fact Alex with a I, not a E. And I saw on a blog that someone make a kind of short charts of different releases during I don't know in 7 years, something
Mm-hmm.
like this. I mean, 10 releases that someone could love and play. And I saw a lot of pictures record and suddenly, and it was some really famous, I mean, guys. And suddenly, I saw a picture of a record I know, and I said, "But it's rings me and release I've done." And when I saw it was my name and it was written Club U, and I said, "No way, it's my record." So I know this record was really well distributed, but I was very surprised to be with this huge artist I really like, by the way. So I sent a little word to thank this girl, and this girl was Estroe, and I think it's you. And so we get contact on this way. I mean, someone give me happiness to play my old release, and I thank her, thank you. And after I talk about my Brett Longman project, and you were really surprised to know it was me, in fact. And so it's a story of another me who were more in trip hop and DJ stuff some years ago, who make me know you and make me know Rosedale Records. So it's a good story, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, and it was so nice that you sent me a lot of good music, and it was the first time that um, I heard music that was really, really exactly my taste. I mean, we already discussed this. We have a lot of the same melodies and the same feeling about music, and so there was definitely a musical connection right away, and that led us to this release. And I'm really happy to be able to release your tracks now.
That's totally true, and it's not so often, you can really feel some worlds like we share in music and dimension like we are really close to. I mean, you can meet a lot of artists who are really open-minded, and I am in different style. But you had this kind of sounds in common I really like with this kind of synths. And so I hear all the Rosedale release you've done before, and honestly, I was also really surprised to hear so many good tracks. I had my favorite for sure, but I mean, I could have played it quite all. Maybe some are um, my head one, but I mean, everything was really in the same mood and really well produced. And I really like that. So we get in touch together, and we also see us in Paris. And I mean, the human connection also was really good. And it's a story of music and humanity, I think. And that's good. I mean, it's a really good story. So
It's a great story. Now let's see how everybody likes the EP. Hey, can you explain a little bit about the EP, about the title and about the tracks? How did they come together? And is there something to tell about how you produce them, or in what period you produce them?
yes, for sure, because it's a good story too. Also, first of all, you have to know that, and I know the audience really pushed me these last years to do new tracks. Because when I began to do this project, Brett Longman, I made like 20 releases in 1 year, and so it was like 25 tracks, and it was a lot for someone who were starting a project. And I had a lot of good feedbacks playing in by every huge artist and huge club, Paris and everywhere. And I should have done like 1,000 tracks years after. But I don't want to complain. I know everybody has life, because artist has life, you have life, and okay, we are working a lot, but we have also our life, and sometimes life stops you in your work. So for personal stuff, it can be family, it can be friend, girl. Me, it was family anyway. So I should stop during 2-3 years, and it took me a lot of time to have a new energy. And a lot of people, even in the street, sometimes was stopping me and was just saying a title of a track and was, okay, for example, you have done Fragrance, and we're still waiting new tracks from you. And they wasn't there like, I know you, blah, blah, blah. They know who I was. And they kind of pushed me to give back energy. So after 3 years, it came back happily. And during all these years, I was keep focused on new artists, new music. So I wasn't close by myself. I was close with my energy and creativity. But so I hear a lot of things. I think I heard a lot of things in life also. So it pushed me to do better sounds. So it took me a while. Okay. So I came back with a really singing track. I wasn't supposed to sing on stage, called Feeling Closer. And it was a huge turn for me. And after I realized I could make new tracks, like I made a lot of tracks in a short time with using my voice, but with came back more of what people liked from me in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And here it is. And that's, for example, the second title of the EP 20 of Rosedale with FARIA is called If I Know What Love Is. Mm-hmm. In fact, is playlisted a lot from Maya Jenko and Hernan Cattaneo, for example. So I think a lot of people love this track. I was surprised by the way. And I'm singing a little bit in the middle. Mm-hmm. And the story is this track. The first part has been produced when I was playing in Greece, in Mykonos last year. And I was just finishing my big event a week before, I call it Ritual. Olin was playing, Sept, Employee of the Year. It was a huge stage with a lot of crowd. And it was the first time I was dressed in suit with my little tie and just my laptop and my crooner voice, and that's all. And honestly, I feel really naked for the first time of my life, and I was like this. So I said, okay, this is a big jump for me, and I've done it. And the week after, I was playing at Mykonos, at Scorpios, and some people have seen the video of the Ritual event, and they say, oh, we like your voice, blah, blah, blah. So they asked me to sing in a short time when I was playing as a DJ. It was open air. Mm-hmm. And I was like in T-shirt, so I wasn't really dressed in a way. So for me, it was like, but I'm not well dressed for the people. It's funny to sing this way, but that's when you want to make a scene, it's good also to be like a cinematic way for the audience. So I took the mic, and what you hear in If I Know What Love Is was really improvisation in front of the audience. So I
Okay.
took this part when I came back to Paris to put it in the middle of the track. And that's the combination of this little bit housey, deep house track, but with his voice was coming like someone was singing next to you. And it's not a feeling, it's really what happened when I've
Okay.
done. So it's
That's a nice
funny.
story. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that story completely yet.
It's this title, yeah, I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, the what can I say about this track? It just, I mean, everybody has a love story sometimes. So when you are deep in some love story, it can be with work, it can be with woman, it could be with man. I don't know, but it's a question of loving something,
Mm-hmm.
nature, human. I mean, when you really let yourself go in something you love, or someone you love, even if you don't love anymore a lot after, it opens you another dimension. And I know sometimes it can be sad, sometimes it can be more happy, but I think you have to focus on this little dimension that love make you happen, and that's important in a way.
Okay.
You can do.
Hey, Brett, there's already 11 minutes interview. It's already now. So
We can be shorter.
I want to ask you the last question. The feedback came back from all the big DJs and stuff, and we really got some positive words on your release. But especially Faria, a lot of people mention Duran Duran because there's a similarity in the melody. Can you explain a little bit about it? Was it your
That's
intention?
yeah. That's no, but that's a crazy thing. Because I used to hear Duran Duran when I was young, also, but not Save a Prayer. I was more listening Ordinary World that everybody knows, but I wasn't listening a lot Send a Prayer, Save a Prayer, and I don't know. I've done this track Faria some months ago, and Faria in Portuguese means to be able to do something. So it's a capacity to do something. It can be also a name for a girl, but it's more the translation important. And I've done this since melody, and a friend of me make me hear, it was for New Year's Eve, something like this. He said, you know Save a Prayer from Duran Duran? I say, I don't remember. And he gave me the track, I was listening, and suddenly I said, but just ring me something. And when I heard what I was doing, it was quite the same, but it wasn't. I didn't have done it by purpose. It wasn't intentional at all. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's mean in a way when you're used to hear a lot of groups when you're young. Sometimes ideas comes from the inspiration.
Yeah.
Because ordinary inspired me, but not this track. I didn't know this track, in fact.
That's
So it's
really
a really beautiful story. I mean,
yeah.
had some reprise of old tracks and with some kind of, but for this, it's not at all. I just done my track, and suddenly it was sounding like Save a Prayer
Yeah.
that I was doing 2 months ago, but not this track. So it's so I think I was able to do a kind of Duran Duran inspiration in a way.
Okay.
FARIA.
Good story. Hey, and what does au fil de l'eau? It's difficult to to pronounce when you're not French. What does it mean?
It's we can translate like along the waves.
Okay.
You're walking near. I'm living near a canal in
Mm-hmm.
Paris, and au fil de l'eau, it's really like one morning, really early. I was walking along the canal, and I was seeing all these jogger who was doing, this running, and all the bicycle, all the riding bicycle, and the waves of the canal with the water, and I feel like suddenly in the morning everything was like a clock. You have this rides like this. So au fil de l'eau, you have this mechanical sounds a little bit. So in fact, it is the wheels of the riding of the
Okay.
riders,
Okay.
and with the waves of the canal. It's push you with something really simple. That is just open your eyes and see what you have in front of you. So it's more a nature humanity stories in a way. So it's really cinematic in a way. It's what I've saw who make me think about that anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brett Longman, for this interview. And I'm really happy to share your music, and it will be released on the 25th of September. So bye for now, and thank you.
Thank you, Esther, and see
Okay.
you soon.
Okay, bye bye.
Au revoir.